All right, guys. So you're welcome to the Sunday Sauce. This is a weekly trading analysis session where we come together as a community and spot profitable setups for the week. All right. So it's also an avenue, most importantly, for you guys to ask questions, is avenue to get clarifications about some concepts in the Forex market, or you just need like a second eye into a kind of analysis that you are making for the week. So it's to ensure that we are all making good trading decisions. And I want to charge us to, make use of this platform. Not very few communities are committed to having this weekly session, right? And then it's free, of course. So ensure that you exhaust everything that you have in front of you. All right. So as always, if you have any questions about anything at all, feel free to ask in the chat box, or just signify, let me know in the chat box if you want me to unmute you, and then you can ask your question verbally. All right. So the floor is yours. So while I'm waiting for questions, if you have a particular currency pair that you want me to check out for you, please type it in the chat box, and then we'll look at it together. All right. So yeah, so beyond this Sunday session, if you are a 10 trade client, 10 trade is now doing also midweek live sessions like this. So every Monday and Wednesday by 6 p.m. Nigerian time, we also do a version of this. So I'm the one also hosting it, but it's powered by 10 trade. So ensure that you what's it called? Look out for the link to register on the Telegram group, or check my status on Mondays and Wednesday. I'll post a link for you to join those sessions there. All right. So take advantage of all of these things so that you would always be on the right side. So it makes sense to trade as a community. That way you are not trading in isolation. All right. So I wish that we understand what's going on. Good. So Mr. Christopher said GBP USD. All right. So that's a lot of people's favorite pair. So let's check out GBP USD real quick. So on Wednesday, I actually predicted this move that was going to happen. I don't know if you were live on Wednesday. So at this particular point in time, we had FOMC news here. This was, I think, on Wednesday night or something like that. All right. So, and then I predicted that price was going to come down and then take out all of this liquidity. So people that were part of the Wednesday session would have entered that trade, and then you'll be in profit. All right. So I'm saying that because I don't want you to be missing profitable analysis. All right. So also, when we make analysis on Sundays, ensure that you also try and mark up the same thing on your charts and then confirm with your own entry strategy. So sometimes when we analyze on Sunday, because market has not really opened on Sunday, when we get to Monday, we might have a different market structure start to form. So the session on Monday and Wednesday will give us real-time analysis and entry into all of this setup. So let's go into what we can expect for the week on GBP USD. So let me clear out everything here. Let's go to, as always, want to start from the higher time frame. So this is what we are seeing on the higher time frame. We are seeing that price is in a downtrend, and ultimately we have price reacting to this supply range here. We are seeing price already has taken liquidity. So this is a supply zone as well. So price has taken liquidity. You can see, excuse me, that move up. It took out people's stop losses and pending orders here, and then ultimately started going down. So that also added value to our buyers that price is in a downtrend. So price is in a downtrend on weekly. We have liquidity grab as well on the weekly supply range here. So that means our buyers will be to look for sales on this particular, on GBP USD. So let's go to daily time frame. And we want to also look for opportunity to sell. So daily time frame, what do we have here on the daily? All right, so check out the market structure on daily here. You have an uptrend like so, okay? And then, so price has not shifted to bearish yet on daily. So it wouldn't make sense to just take entry on daily. But what I think is going to happen on daily is very, very simple. I think this, if we are to go forward with this particular market structure, this right here is a block of demand right here. So price is currently reacting to a demand zone. But to be very honest with you, I wouldn't advise us to validate this demand zone here, because we've seen a lot of reasons on higher time frame weekly to let us know that there is a lot of bearish momentum, okay, based on the liquidity graph that has happened on weekly, prices in a weekly supply. So what I think is going to happen on a daily time frame is very, very simple. This demand zone is going to hold for a bit. So I think price will just, we might see 1 or 2 candles form like so. And then ultimately, we're going to see a break of this demand like so. And then once that break happens, what we might see will be a retracement into this demand zone, into this supply. And then ultimately, you want to look for sales when price should do this. So if this particular zone, if this supply zone does not hold, then we'll be looking to take sell on this extreme supply like so. So if price for any reason should maybe do this, breaks this zone, if this zone does not hold, then we're looking to take entry from this extreme supply here, okay? And then you want to sell. We are selling because higher time frame is, the bias is a sell. So we have enough reason based on higher time frame to sell. So this is the easiest way to look at the market right now. If you go to the 4 hours, there will be so much noise going on the 4 hours. All right. So I wouldn't recommend you to really deal with 4 hours. So let us deal with what's going on daily structure. All right. So daily structure has presented us with something that looks like a textbook setup. So I wouldn't look for buys here. Why? Because on the weekly chart, price is in a supply. We've seen liquidity grab on weekly. So I am incentivized to look for sales. But hey, the market might do whatever it wants to do. But based on how I've seen price play out, a lot of times, I think we might see a break of this zone here. Why do I also think that we might see a break of this zone? Because possibly a lot of people's stop orders would also be beneath the zone. So there might be liquidity grab, okay, over here, and then price ultimately giving us a sell opportunity here. So you want to look for sales here if price should do this, or if price should come back into this. What's going on? Sorry. Come back into this zone or this zone. Exactly, Mr. Christopher. So that's what I'm going to wait for on GBP USD. So there is no real setup right now because I'm not looking for buys here. Now, like I said, price is in a demand. Let me make this big. Based on daily, price is in a demand. And then I say that we might see 2 or 3 candles form here. It might even form maybe on the 4-hour charts, but ultimately, the main move is not a buy. All right, we are anticipating a reversal here. And then if you have been following GBP USD for a while, a lot of you guys or us have been trying to sell because GBP USD or Euro USD, they are due for sale, to be very, very honest. all right, is due for a sell. So possibly this is what is going to bring about that sell. So we need to see this higher low to be violated. Once it's violated like so, once it's violated like so, you wait for price to retrace into the supply that broke this zone, and then you sell. Or you wait, if this does not hold, you wait for price to get to this extreme, and then you look for sells. Okay, so let's check out another pair. Give me some pairs to analyze, guys. Let me analyze what you want to trade for the week. So let's just check out Euro USD. We should have a similar scenario on Euro USD. If you if you check the weekly charts, all right, we are seeing very similar characteristics here on Euro USD. Price is reacting to this. Something wrong with my trading. Price reacting to this zone over here. Let's make this bigger. So this is the weekly chart. And then you can see liquidity graph here. This is the supply zone. Price taking out liquidity like so. And then ultimately this zone is a supply range. So we are incentivized to sell. And then of course, price is still in an overall downtrend. And then this is an impulse move. And then usually after an impulse move, we want to what? We're expecting a retracement pullback. All right. So everything here is screaming sell setup for me, but the market at the end of the day will do whatever it wants to do. So let's just trade based on what the price is telling us. Let's react to the market, and that is how this is my interpretation of price right now. So let's go to the daily chart, and on the daily chart, what do we have? All right, so price is in this overall supply, and then price is still trending up. This is where this is the demand. All right, so I think price is still going to go down here. Now, GBP USD and Euro USD, I think this period are moving very similarly. So there might be a kind of correlation right now on Euro USD and GBP USD. Now, if you check out the structure of GBP USD, of Euro USD, let's check it out. And then you also check out the structure of GBP USD. You will see that GBP USD right now is approaching the end of this demand zone right here. But Euro USD is not approaching the end yet. All right. So possibly based off of that, it might be a conspiracy that I'm trying to bring up here, but possibly, okay, price will still need to come down a bit on Euro USD. So that's also the reason why I wouldn't look for buys yet on GBP USD. And likewise, this is also liquidity to be grabbed in the market, because if you go to H4, for example, you can see there's a trend line liquidity on GBP USD. That trend line liquidity has been grabbed. You can see over here. So this is GBP USD liquidity that's been grabbed by this. Sorry, what's wrong with my trading view? Has been grabbed by this move down. Okay, but we have Euro USD still catching up to the move. All right, so ideally, because they are moving the same, so I'm expecting price to still come down on Euro USD and take out all of the liquidity. So it makes sense to look for sells. Okay, so we are waiting. So for Euro USD now on H4, what might happen on H4 is very simple. Okay, so we're expecting price to come down, take our liquidity here. So if we check out the market structure on H4, is this price has shifted momentum. Okay, so you want to wait for price to retrace into this zone. Let's take this zone entire range here. Okay, so if price should, so I think price will go down a bit when market opens and then retrace. So if price should retrace here, this is your cue to sell. So if price should do this on your lower time frame, based on your entry strategy, you want to look for opportunity to sell. So if you sell from here like so, you want to wait for this. So this place will be a good zone to take your profit, either of this point of liquidity. So price ultimately should still come down on Euro USD. So that's my bias for Euro USD. So what I'll wait for is for price to, so let me delete everything here. So this is structure on the H4 downtrend like so. Okay, we have seen this impulse correction, impulse. Okay, so it's a downtrend. So you're just waiting for price to retrace to the lower high here, which is the supply. If price should do that on your lower time frame, like your 5 minutes or 15 minutes, you want to look for a good entry. Okay, and then you take entry. If this supply zone should hold, then definitely it should be the move that will take out this trend line liquidity here. Make sense? Okay, 15 minutes. So EU, so Rosalind, I've checked out EU for you. So I hope that makes sense to you. So that's what I wait for. Mr. Desmond said check out gold. So let's do gold. Let's do gold. Okay. So gold also followed. So let's do gold weekly. So weekly on gold, what do we have? Price is in a very textbook downtrend, like so. Okay, as you can see. And then right now, we are having price react at this supply range, this place. And at that supply range, we're also seeing liquidation of this. So we are seeing price take out liquidity, like so. All right, you can see. And this graph, everything is happening in this block of supply. So based on weekly, we are incentivized to look for a sell because we want to follow this move here. Okay, so if you go to daily, let's see if we can find opportunity to sell on the daily. On daily, what do we have on daily? Okay, price is still very much in an uptrend on daily. As you can see, let's draw that out. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, right? And then over here, we have demand that's active here. All right, so price is currently reacting at a demand. Okay, that is on daily. But even though we know that on weekly, the setup is favoring a sell. Okay, so what might happen is the same thing that I'm expecting to happen on what's it called, on GBP USD. Now this demand zone is currently holding. This is demand here. Yeah, it's currently holding. Let me delete this. It's currently holding. So what I think is going to happen this week is our price is going to break this demand, okay, and then we'll see a retracement back into the zone and then look for sells. So if this move happens, okay, you want to look for sells at the retracement is where you look for sell. That's the best place to look for sells, okay? But Another scenario is a possibility of this demand zone actually holding. So we might actually see price, take out another liquidity. Now, everything is still happening in that weekly supply. So if price should do this for any reason at all, okay, for any reason at all, then you are incentivized to start looking for sell opportunities. All right. So we don't know when the liquidity grab is going to end, but I want to expect price to break this zone. All right. So we just have to wait for markets to open. Once it opens, we would have a better data to figure out exactly what price wants to do. Mr. Desmond, I hope that makes sense to you. I'm favoring a sell on gold. Okay, I think it's going to drop. Okay, but I might be wrong though. So let's just see how it goes. So let's check out. So Mr. Desmond, Mr. Ola, you're good. Rosalind, GBP JPY, GBP JPY, GJ. So guys, ensure that you also, if you can, that you are available for tomorrow's live session as well. So tomorrow market would have given us enough data to really know what's going to go on in the week. Okay, so GBJPY, let's go to the weekly chart. And so as you can see on the weekly, what is price doing? Price is obviously in an uptrend, fair and square. Let me just jump all of this. So price is doing this like so. And what do we have happening here? This is the breakup structure like so. And then we are having a retracement. Into, so this range of, let me take this range. This range of demand right now is what is working. Or we can say this red candle here. That's what we have. So price is in a demand zone. So we are incentivized to look for buy setups, I beg your pardon. All right. So let's go to daily chart and see if you get opportunity to buy here. So if we go to the daily, what do we see? Okay, we'll check out USD card next. Let me do all of this. If we go to the daily, what are we seeing on daily real quick? So let's mark out the market structure. Price was doing this, right? And then this right here is the low. Okay. And we've seen price do this textbook reversal here. So price right now, based on daily, the trend, the order flow has shifted to bearish if you are very observant. Okay, I shifted to bearish. So what that means possibly is that, so let me go back to daily and probably explain a possible scenario that's about to happen on GBJPY. So remember that I was telling you that all of this right here, oops, how can I hide this? So all of this right here, so this is, so let's use this immediate. So this is a demand. So possibly what wants to happen, this is the first mitigation ideally, and possibly we might see a liquidation. So people would have bought here. So this is where people's stop loss is right now. So if this downward move is going to hold, then why is it going to hold? It's going to hold because it wants to take out liquidity, this liquidity. That's where it's eyeing. That is if it's going to get there. If it gets close to this zone, I bet you it's going to come down for these guys here. All right. So if that is the case, then on a lower time frame, we are going to see a possible setup, a possible sell setup that will align to take out this liquidity. All right. So that's what we are trying to check out on the daily right now. On the daily, we've seen that the market structure has shifted to bearish like so. Let me mark it out again. So we have this, all right? So ideally, if the downtrend is going to hold, then we must see the lower low form. So this is a lower low right here. So we can also expect price to get here. All right, so if you also check this out, we're also seeing some sort of liquidation over here. All right, let me make this bigger. Okay, so you can see liquidation over here. That's the grab of liquidity. This move here grabbed liquidity, grab people's stop losses. So that's how we are seeing this strong move to the downside. And then also, we didn't see the body of the candle close above this zone. So possibly it's a reversal that is ongoing. All right. So it's quite late to enter for a sell, to be very honest. It's late. So if you want to risk it now, if you want to be very aggressive with this move here, now this is still daily. So let's go to the 4-hour chart and see if we can enter for a sell. So we are still expecting price to come down right into this line here. So on 4 hours, we're also seeing, trend change like so. All right. So what you want to do is very, very simple. You want to wait for price to retrace into the zone. I'll favor this zone, this range here, so that this and this and this will serve as the liquidity. So because if you go on a lower time frame, that's a trend line liquidity. Sorry, it's too rough. You can see, so we have trend line liquidity here. So I want price to come back up, take out all of the liquidity into the zone. So let's go back to the 4 hours. So I'm going to wait for price to retrace into the zone. So this is on the 4 hours chart, Rosalind. So if this happens, I'll be looking for an entry on a lower time frame, like the 5 minutes or the 15 minutes. Okay, makes sense? Is that clear, Rosalind? Or should I come again? All right, so let us check out USD CAD real quick. So what you just do, you just come here and then possibly you want to set an alert so that you know that it's game time. Okay, then guys, I always recommend, Forex is a business and every business needs tools, right? So I recommend you to try and subscribe to TradingView, the premium plan on TradingView. I think it's just $15. Okay, that is less than 10K thereabouts. I'm not sure. So I think we can all afford 10K every month to spend on a business that can give you good returns. So because on the premium TradingView, you'll be able to do proper back testing because you can use a replay function. on the premium trading view plan, we can also set multiple alerts. Unlike on the free trading view plan, we can only set one alert. And then there are also other benefits like so that you need to have. Okay, if you are somebody that is into indicators, for example, the premium trade, the free trading view would only give you a maximum of 3 indicators on your chart, but with the premium, I think you have over 3, I think 5 or 6, based on the premium plan that you use. All right. So let's go to USD card real quick for Mr. Desmond. Let's go to weekly. All right. So what do we have on weekly chart? So let me delete everything here. So on weekly, we have price in an uptrend. Price is in an uptrend like so. Let me check it. Let me check it on monthly. Yes. Weekly. Yes. Uptrend. Daily price should come into this zone. Okay. Let me go to the daily charts. So daily charts, let's mark out the structure: impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. Okay. And then what do we have? We have this break like so. So that demand zone held for a bit, but it's not the move. So we saw the break. Just something similar to what I said I'm expecting on GBP USD, okay, and gold. So price right now should retrace to this extreme, like so. All right. So this is the daily time frame, and price is currently retracing to this extreme here, like so. This is the first mitigation of that zone. And then I think what is going on right now is a liquidation of that mitigation. So we have price already doing this. So on USD card, I think this week we should expect a sell. All right. So a sell. So what price might do is possibly take out this zone properly, either with a wick or something. So if this happens on lower time frame, you can look for a counter trend move to sell into this guy. So, but price has not done that yet. Let's go to lower time frame and check out what's going on. So what do we have here? So the sell is already in play. So if price is going to sell, this is a structural point on 4 hours. At least price should come back, should come into the zone, or ideally we want price to get here. Okay. So if price for any reason should break the zone properly, that means you now want to go to a lower time frame, like 5 minutes of or 15 minutes, and then you look for opportunity to sell. Why are we selling? Because based on daily charts, we've seen this order flow play out many times in the market, so we can expect some certain things to happen. And the price is currently trying to take out liquidity properly. All right, so that's number one. Then on the 4 hours as well, okay, we're also seeing the liquidity properly, like so. This is liquidity that is being taken out properly right now. All right, and then based on our expectation of that flow, this is a structure right now: impulse, correction, impulse. So the next thing that should happen is for price should retrace somewhere. Okay, so ideally, price has already even taken out liquidity. So if we can even get a sell scenario now on 5 minutes, that would be great. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything solid yet on 5 minutes. Okay, based on my own analysis. So possibly what might happen is by market open is we might see a little bit of price move up, and then possibly we'll see a retracement. Okay, so that's one. So by tomorrow, if you join the last session by tomorrow, we would also check out this pair and see what's going on by tomorrow, so we can have a proper decision on how we want to trade it. So let's check out USD JPY, UJ. Okay, so if there's something that you should notice is based on all the pairs that we have been checking out so far, there's been some kind of similarity. Okay, so ensure that you are very observant as much as you can so that you can pick up some things. Now, this is USD JPY. Let us go to weekly. On the weekly charts, what do we have? Price is in an uptrend, and price is currently reacting to a demand. And in that demand zone, we've already seen liquidation like so. Price, this move. So this is a liquidation. This move here, it took out this low. Okay. So this is a weekly chart, so we should be expecting to buy possibly. Okay, so let's go to lower time frame. I'm gonna go to the daily chart. On the daily chart, here's the structure. So if we are going to buy on the daily, then we must have a bullish order flow on daily. So let's check if there's a bullish order flow on daily, like so. Okay, we have lead to something here. So right now, market structure on daily is still very much bearish. So for us to buy on daily, we need price to break this this lower high, like so. We want this to break, and then we want a retracement, and then over here is where we look for buys. Okay, so that has not happened yet on day. Let's see if we can see something on 4 hours. Okay, so nothing yet on 4 hours too. This is structure on 4 hours. Impulse, correction, impulse. You have this maintenance structure here, and then you have this. Okay, hold on, let me confirm something. USD JPY. Okay, good. So we are correct. That's the structure. And so for us to buy, look for buys on USD JPY right now, because price, why are we looking for buys? Because on the weekly charts, price is in a demand. So if price is in a demand zone, we want to also confirm that buyers on lower time frames, right? So we went a step lower, which is the daily chart. The daily chart is still telling us that price is bearish, so we should not buy yet. Now we're on the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart is still also telling us that price is bearish. Okay, so we don't have any reason to look for buys yet, to the best of my understanding of market structure. Okay, so this is the lower high. So if we are to look for buys, what should you do? You want to wait for price to break this zone okay, retrace, and then you go up. So that's if you are checking it out on 4 hours. So personally, I like to stop my higher time frame point of interest analysis on 4 hours, but don't let me neglect some people that are more intraday or scalpers that like to look at lower time frames. So let us go to the 1 hour chart and check out if the structure has shifted on 1 hour. So on 1 hour, this is a move down, something like so. Okay, we can use this particular cluster here as a structure. Also displays possibly a structure, and then price going down. So on 1 hour, we've seen multiple liquidity grabs on 1 hour in that zone. We're also seeing price take out structure. So this is what's going on 1 hour. So this is a downtrend, a bearish order flow, and you can see this break here, like so. You can see the retracement, okay, like so. So swing low here, price doing this. Just stay with me, okay? I'm trying to understand the structure on 1 hour. 1 hour tends to be very, very busy for me, but we'll figure it out. So what do we have? So, and then we had this. This is structure here, like so. That's low. And then we can see price broke that low, like so. And then also shifted back. We saw another shift, like so. And then we are seeing another shift here. So we have, okay, we can use this. This is what we use, because this is a high over here. So you can see this move happening. And then when the price doing this, and they're retracing to this extreme here. This is extreme. So the ideal destination, if this move is going to happen, then price needs to come down into this zone, like so, into this low. Now, why should price come back into this low? Because that move is what is going to form the lower low on 1 hour. Okay, but in itself, looking for a sell entry here, like I always tell us, is an aggressive move, but a lot of times it also works, right? So we don't know if price is going to do this yet. Okay. Another thing that we can also consider is this demand level here. Okay, if we take the whole range, okay, this is a first point of mitigation, like so. And then we've also seen price take out the liquidity like so. Okay, so there's also every intention that this demand zone on USJPY should buy, but we all know what's going on with USD right now. USD is still kind of weak. It's in a downtrend. All right, so it might not be enough to to push price up. So we might see price still continue. So I'm not very sure as to what price wants to do on USJPY, if I'm being very, very honest with you, Mr. Desmond. So that's why I like to stick with my way of analysis. 8.4 is where I'm going to draw the line. And what I'm waiting for is very, very simple. I want to ignore the noise. So what 8.4 helps me do is to ignore the noise. As you can see, on the 1 hour, the noise was quite too much, trying to figure out structure. But on 8.4, this is a structure, okay? So I'm just waiting right now for price to break this zone. If this break should happen, I wait for a retracement. When that retracement happens, then I'm looking for a buy here. Okay, so that's what I'll do. What will I do? I just come here and then I want to set an alert so that if price comes up for any reason, I'll know that I'm waiting for a break of this lower high, and then I'm waiting for the retracement to enter the pro trend move up. Why am I looking for a buy? Remember, we started from the higher time frame, so I'm more incentivized to buy because overall on weekly, price is in a demand. Price in demand on weekly. So that's what I'm looking for buys. Okay, Mr. Demon is asking, how can we know that a currency is weak or strong? So last week we checked. So you can know how a currency is weak or strong by checking out the index of that particular currency. Index. So index is just an instrument used to measure the strength or weakness of a commodity. All right, so it's still also going to be based on market structure. So let's go to the index for US dollar is called, you see it's DXY. You see it's US dollar currency index. The index for GBP, I think, is it GXY or BXY? British pounds index. Okay, so there's also, I think this is it, BPX, I'm not sure. There's also an index for the euro index. So pretty much I only check the index for dollar, by the way, but every major currency has their own index. So let's check out the index for dollar DXY. Now, DXY, what is it telling us? So we checked it last week, if you remember. So let me delete everything here. So index will also still give you the same candlestick pattern, the same market structure. So based on the market structure that is provided on the index, you would also know, if you know how to interpret market structure, and if the index is telling you that price is bullish. So let me give you an example. So let's say Euro USD and USD CAD. Good. So if based on analysis right now, the US dollar is bullish, okay, that means that US dollar, this US dollar is bullish. If it's bullish, that means it is strong. And if it is strong on the quote currency, that means we should be expecting a sell. A sell. If it's strong and it's a currency pair that US dollar is the base, then we should be expecting a buy on that particular currency. Okay, so let's go to a more immediate structure. Let's go to daily and see like an intraday trend on dollar. So this is the dollar right now, and obviously you can see what dollar is doing. Impulse, correction, impulse. So dollar is in a downtrend, and what this means that the dollar is currently weak. So that's why we are not seeing strong bearish moves on GBP USD or Euro USD. Okay, so price right now is retracing into this block of supply here. So right now, based on this is daily chart, price possibly would gain strength for a bit, but ultimately, if price should come here, we might see the continuation of the downtrend. So right now, the dollar is still very, very weak. It's still weak because price is still in the downtrend. So on USD pairs, we should be wary. For example, on Euro USD now, because the dollar is still very, very weak. Okay, so that means we should be favoring that the euro will be stronger. All right, so we might see a bit of 1 or 2 candles here. Remember, I was telling you that on Euro USD, what we are expecting. Okay, we're expecting for price to come up a bit. So if price should come up a bit, okay, so that's a bit of weakness on the dollar, and then ultimately you might see price drop like so. So it's just the same way you would analyze any currency pair is the same way you'd also analyze the index of individual currencies. I hope that makes sense to you, Mr. Desmond. Let me know in the chat box if what I said makes sense. And do we have any other questions? Okay, we've been here for, I think, 1 hour. I think we should round up, right? So let me know if you have any other questions for the week. But most importantly, our Monday sessions and Wednesday session is always very interesting because we are able to really, interact with the live markets as the market is forming. We are looking at it live, so we can say to a great detail what might happen. So please try your best. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, 7 p.m. Cyprus time. If you can also be a part of the live session. Mr. Desmond, base and quote currency is a bit confusing for me. Well, that's Wednesday, same time. Wednesday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, 7 p.m. Cyprus time. Mr. Desmond, send me a personal message. I'll send you access. Maybe I have a video on base and quote currency. So maybe you have to go to that video. Okay. It's a basic concept that you can understand easily. So just send me a personal message and then I'll forward the video to you. Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys, before we call it a night? Thank you. All right, so Mr. David, are you in the Telegram group? Maybe I'll just share it on the group as well. Mr. David Akundayo, are you on the Telegram group? Okay. Okay, I'm going to type the link to join Telegram group right now. So just join the group now. By tonight or tomorrow, I'll send everything to the group so you can check it out. So that's a link to Telegram group. I've sent it on the chat box. Let me just put it here for people that watch the replay. So you can also join if you've not joined. So you want to join this Telegram group here. Okay. So we have another question. Mr. Ola is saying the structure of weekly Euro USD is up. So let's check it out. I think I understand what you're saying. With the structure of weekly, okay, Euro USD weekly. Mr. Ola, so let us look at it together. This is weekly on Euro USD. All right, so let's mark out the zones. I think it's bearish, but check it out. Let's do it together. This is what we have. Okay, so this is what we have. How do we know that that a structure is bearish or bullish? If we have a bullish structure, then we should see something like this: impulse, correction, impulse. Right? If price is going to be bearish, then you should have impulse, correction, impulse. Okay, and then these are the lower highs, like so over here. So you can see price broke this structure. So we have seen that break already. Seen that break. And then we are seeing this break as well. So we've seen this first leg. All right. So what we are currently seeing on Euro USD on weekly is just, these are impulse move. Okay. An impulse move is not enough to say that price has shifted structure. So for Euro USD to be in an uptrend, we need to see this retracement. We need to see a retracement, but we don't have the retracement yet. So that makes this still bearish because price is also now in this block of supply, like so. Mr. Ola, did that clarify it for you? If you have an alternative theory, just let me know. I can unmute you, Mr. Ola, so that maybe we can also learn. Okay, good, Mr. Ola, very correct. All right, so still bearish for me. Okay, good. So let us call it a night here, and then please, if you can, I'll upload the video to YouTube tonight, and then I'll share the links on the Telegram group. Do your best to go through it, and then mark up the same things on your chat and just follow through. And tomorrow we'll have another session tomorrow. I will also post a link to the webinar on our Telegram group so that you can also participate. Okay. So guys, as always, thank you so much for being a part of this Sunday sessions. I wish us all the very, very best this new trading week. We are rounding off the year, and it does not mean that we cannot still spot sessions for the year. Okay, so the market can be very, very slow, but we can still make money. Okay. You're welcome, Mr. Desmond, Mr. Abola. Time tomorrow, 6 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow. Mr. Etherton, you're welcome. Okay, Mr. Desmond, good. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a phenomenal night's rest. Cheers.